is tried by fire. Man is tried by adversity. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. I serve a big God, a mighty big God. Even the lions in the jungle obey him. He makes the lightning and the thunder behave. Yahweh is my big God, yeah. He's the true God, the only true God. Even the prophets and the patriots hate him. That's why I love and obey him. Yahweh is the true God, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm out to ride it out. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm out to ride it out. I may rise and fall, but I live to see what the Most High has in store for me. I know the sun won't always be shining, but in all these things I keep on fighting. It's the darkest before dawn. Yes, when the night is trouble is gone. Yes, it's the darkest before dawn. Oh, when the night is trouble is gone. Hey, that's why I serve a big God, a mighty big God. Even the lions in the jungle obey him. He makes the lightning and the thunder.
Big up to Phil, who is currently loving Dianna Wright's song. She is going to be up in a few minutes, but let me tell you something. When you're talking about the one-on-one music review, to everyone who's currently listening right now, go ahead, share this show. Okay, that's what we talk about. We do not disappoint. I tell you, you can call this show. The versatility is at an all-time high today. We have hardcore reggae, we have reggae dancehall, we have straight cultural reggae music, we have gospel, and of course we have dancehall in today's show. Don't go nowhere. Dianna Wright will be up in just a few minutes.
I claim my health when health was gone. Yes, I told myself I can move on. Yes, I claim my health when health was gone. I told myself I can move on. Hey, that's why I serve a big God, a mighty big God. Even the lions in the jungle obey. He makes the lightning and the thunder behave. Yahweh is my big God, yeah. He's the true God, the only true God. Even the prophets and the patriots hail him. That's why I love and obey. Yahweh is the true God, yeah. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, gonna ride it out. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, gonna ride it out. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, gonna ride it out. Gonna ride it out. Gonna ride this storm, gonna ride it out. I serve a big God. As gold is tried by fire.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I thank you for tuning in, and I see that my audience is so enthused by Dianna Wright's rendition right now. Dianna is currently in studio, and I'm going to tap her because we really just need to get into this interview. So some of the questions that you're sending to me, I can get through them. Dianna, how are you?
I'm doing well, Empress Rose. I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored, okay? And you just made my day so much better because this is my first time hearing this Big God song, but it puts it puts things in perspective, you know.
Wow.
And I'm loving this song. I can promise you that I will be listening to this song throughout the weekend, because I just discovered one of the biggest gospel, whatever. It is not just a gospel song. I am loving exactly what you did here with this song right now. So to all the audience who is currently tapping and telling me how much they love this song, I love it too. That's why it's here. Yes, Dianna.
You thanks.
Yeah, so tell me about the song. Before we get into just who Dianna is, tell me about the song. I'm so excited by this song.
Okay, this song was actually it's from my EP that we released in 2019. And the song basically, I wanted to, because normally I sing like the traditional gospel, but I wanted to change up the things a little bit, because having read and getting more knowledge and more understanding of who the creator is and how we should relate to him. I wanted to bring home the natural things and put my life in it and kind of really testify about the Most High in the way that I see and feel and who he is to me. So when I bring him in the natural realm of things, that's what I executed, and that's the birth or the rebirth of how I energize the Most High in my life,
Well, I can feel your passion in within your response. I can feel your energy, the passion in terms of this song, and trust me, it deserves all the glory. The man upstairs, well, I shouldn't say man, because my daughter told me that the higher power is not a man, is a woman. So I'm going to say that the higher power, all praises and shouts out to him. You understand? Because he deserves it. It keeps us alive and keeps us going.
Yes.
We have to give God, especially being alive right now. What a time to be alive. So
I'm telling you, it's a great time.
It's a great time to be alive. Yes. So the listening audience who do not know who about Dianna Wright and is just hearing your music for the first time, give us some background. When did you get started? And how long you have been doing music, and are you only concentrating on the gospel side of music right now?
Okay, so I have been doing music for a pretty long time. In the year 2000, I released an album called Portrait of Praise. And when I released that album, the very first song on it, called If You Miss Me, was a hit since 2000 up until this day. In Jamaica, there's no church song, no concert, no church event at all where you go and you don't hear them singing If You Miss Me. There's so many people have done do-overs for it. Even in England, people come and say, Dianna, we hear your song, people are singing over your song. That song has been and will always be one of the markers in the gospel arena, if I can say it that way. And it's just been going since that. Not just that, and I write all my songs. I never do do-overs. I write all my songs, and that was my first album there. I'm a poet as well. I've received several awards. I've performed in poetry, in drama, with JCDC in Jamaica, and just the whole artistic, flavor in terms of writing and singing and the whole acting or so. But for the music, in 2000 was it for me, was a highlight, was the beginning of the highlights for me.
You are a true creative. As you talk about, doing the poetry and different things at JCDC or Jamaica, are you currently residing in Jamaica or somewhere?
Right now, I'm in North Carolina, in the United States. So that's where I settle for now. Well, I won't use the word settle. That's why I say I'm technically nomad. I'm more sophisticated. Well, you may say nomad. So for myself, I say I'm an internationalist. Isn't that so much? That sounds so much cute, right? It does sound cute. I'm
an internationalist, okay? That's what I I tell persons. But
That's right.
yes, I tell you, I listen to your craft, and I really love what it is that you do with the music itself. Yeah.
Thank you.
I am going to run one of your other tracks, and we'll come back with some questions from our listening audience as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
We give thanks and praise to the Most High, Yah. Ever living, ever faithful, ever true. Yeah, yeah. More love, more peace, yeah, yeah. I just love it on me, I can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just love it on me, I can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. Love is a fountain, keeps on flowing down like a mountain, and it keeps on growing. 2 plus me, and the love is showing. Push up your hand in the air and make the love light shine. I just love it on me heart, can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just love it on me heart, can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I know you're not perfect, but I know you are worth it. You've been there for me, so I know you deserve this. May I go talk it loud, cause me want you to hear this. Tell the whole world I appreciate this. All this time where they blow you could have leave, but you steer this. Anchor to the rock, no hurricane couldn't shake this. You are number one and you're there for me earless. They would have never diss you and you know this. Hey, I just love it on me heart, can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. They say I love it on me heart, can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just the iron on me heart, can't tear him apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just got it on me heart, can't tear him apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. Don't want no gamble, come fi set the example. Put your heart on the table, cause I hit me not trample. Me at the straight shooter, so you know me no rumble. Straight from the heart, me wear the love like a mantle. Hold your love like I am, make it go like a candle. This and no hopscotch, it and no food where you sample. Taste a little, you no want no more. Anywhere you go, if I so, taste and buy no so. Leave it as you go. I just love it on me heart, can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just love it on me heart, can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. So we do it, yeah. Real thing, Hear this. Yeah, me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, okay? We have Philip out of South Africa that says, listen, her voice is so commanding. Yes, her voice is commanding. The music that she exudes is like, I'm here. The attention, that's what you're giving me. It's like, I'm here. I'm gonna make you pay attention. Right?
Wow.
Very commanding and rich within the production itself. Your voice is rich. But let me tell you, you have that voice where someone will give you a mediocre beat or rhythm to sing on, and you will be the person carrying the rhythm. Yes. That's what you have going on right now. Wow. And the production itself is also great. I think, you have something here. People talk about Grammys and we have the reggae community right now that's some persons are saying that, the Grammys is a US thing and why are we doing? Listen, it's an award. We have goals. We have goals. So stop the nonsense. There's goals in place. So I'm telling you right now, don't be like some of my persons that are saying that it's a US award and why we so da. It is something that defines our music. It's something that defines our culture. Should it define our music? Should it define our culture? There are various other awards as well that we can turn towards. We do not have to necessarily focus on the Grammys or the Billboard. We can also build our own so that the focus will be on that. But right now, since there's not much focus, as my friend would say, when it comes to show business, there's a lot of persons that are doing the show, but no business. All right?
Wow.
You have a Grammy, you have a Grammy voice, girl. Okay?
Thank you.
So
Thank
go for
you.
it in terms of the gospel music and see, bring it home. Bring it home. I love what I'm hearing. I love
Thank
it.
you.
100%. So commanding. Yes. It's like, if you don't want to listen, I'm going to make you listen. So, so this song, real thing.
We produced it here because we do have our own recording studio, and as a matter of fact, we decided that, you know what, when you begin to depend on someone to do your music for you, to play this or to do that, then you'll end up singing what you don't want to sing. You'll wear what you don't want to wear. You'll say what you don't want to say. So we just decided that, look here, we're going to do it our own. Me and my crew, I have my little crew.
Yes.
And it's just based. And so we do our own. We put out our own thing. We push our own thing so that when you hear us in our natural, true self. And whatever we put out is exactly what we represent and whatever we mean.
And something that you have said, which is so definitive, that you have a small crew. We have persons that think in this industry you have to have 20 persons to call it a crew. Just as I've said to all my artists that come on, you have one person listening to you that's a fan. You have two persons those are fans. Dr. Empress Rose has fans. There's more than 2 people listening right now. So, I say that to say this. If you have a small crew, work with your small crew until your crew can get bigger. And it's better sometimes when you work with a small crew because, you know, there are some Judases that could be in your organization and you don't know because there's too much person for you to narrate down to. So the less persons you have and you can pick out Judas real quick, it's even better. Okay? Judas and Jezebel. Let me not forget the Jezebel because it appears that the Jezebels are the ones clearing the torch right now, you know. So that's a whole other topic. Might have to say a prayer. Might have to say a prayer for me before you get out of this room today.
I tell you.
But in terms of the real music, the real thing, the song that's playing in the background, is that your latest release?
Yes, it was. That song is all of the songs I think that you have there are part of the EP. We produced an EP in 2019, has 7 songs on it, and those are the songs from the EP.
Okay. Awesome. And the real thing, did you come up with the writing based on any specific things that may have happened, or how did you come up with the writing?
No, like I said, I just wanted to change the flavor of how I do gospel. I wanted to make it horizontal, you know, because of course we do the vertical praise to the Most High, but then again, too much. Is the thing about it, Empress, when you spend so much time saying, okay, yeah, I love you, God, and that's our duty to love the Most High, right? But what we are lacking, like I hear Rastama was talking about, what we are lacking is the one-to-one relationship with our brothers, is the love.
That's true.
And not to be sectionalized so much and have differences, because there's one God and power belongs to Him alone, you see. So if I just wanted to let people know, say, I just love me, that me heart can't tear it apart, it's not a real thing, you know. So I just want you to know that I want my brothers and sisters to feel me, and I want to feel them. I want to be able to give a hand to them, and they can give me a hand also. And when we share the love and have that horizontal relationship, then you don't have to worry about the 10 commandments. You don't have to worry about not cheat your brother. You don't have to worry about what take your sister man. You don't have to worry about, you know, a man a cheat on him brother, taking brother wife. You don't have to worry about those things. If you live a vertical, good life between one another, then the love of the Most High abides within. And so you're fulfilling what gospel really is. And so I wanted to bring it a little raw. I wanted to bring it down to earth to make people know, so look, take a head out of the cloud sometime and come right here, so because this is right where we are, and this is where we need to meet, so that, you know, we can fulfill our duty here in in the earth for the time that the Most High give us. And that's the reason why I flavor the songs, that kind of way. I still gospel, I still God may I praise, because if I love you, then you can't love God neither. So that's just it.
Whoa. But let me just love it testimony, but let me ask you, are you, do you preach as well?
I do a lot of teaching, and sometimes to time I used to go where people invite me to church. Sometimes they invite me to sing, sometimes they invite me to preach. But most recently, people probably don't really invite me to teach so much, because what I tell them they don't want to hear. They would rather me to sing or so on, because like I said, when you get a little bit of knowledge and you start to understand the Bible and you start to understand that, listen, some people say, okay, the whole thing are the word of God, but then when you start to break it down and say, listen, some of it is just the lifestyle of how some of the people used to live, and it's incorporated in there. Everything in there is not the word of God. You understand what I'm saying? For example, you read Solomon say in a Chronicles, oh, thy breasts are like this and thy lips are like honey, and all them kind of things. Songs of Solomon, that is not necessarily the word of God. Solomon is just like, everybody knows Solomon was a girl. If me go to church and say, Solomon and David a long time girl, them man they have both a woman and thing. And it is not in correlation with what the church is teaching, because them say one wife, one this, one that. You understand? So there's a conflict. You understand? So when you kind of break things down to them and explain to them and say, listen, we're not just slaves, we're not anybody's slaves, we are royal priesthood. We come from a long line of royalty, from back down in Egypt, from the whole, go back to the whole history. Then you realize and you dig a little deeper, you find out exactly who we are and whose we are, and why we should live a certain kind of way and behave a certain kind of way. And the traditional church people don't want to hear that. They just want to hear Jesus, 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 and jump up and down and so on. I mean, I enjoy the jumping and the tambourine, and I love those things. But in spite of that, you have to hear the truth, because the truth is the only thing that's going to make us free. The truth is the only thing that is going to help us to understand how to live. Not just to take your money or give it to pastor. You know what I mean? Why are church people so poor? You're poor because you lack knowledge and you lack the reasoning and the understanding how to live and how to invest among yourselves. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not just to just sit there and shout and you go home broke and poor and you give everything where you have and then you go. That is not the life. So when I teach those things, them say, Dianna, what you depend? Me depend the truth. That's exactly what I'm on. But traditional Christians don't want to hear me say that. So me kind of depend me look on, I do me look on the thing.
Well, Dianna, yes, guess what happened? I will come to your church. I will most definitely attend your church. We love your church. We love your church. Yes. Church of the truth. Yes. Yep.
For real.
So let me ask you, outside of the gospel music though, what is your favorite genre? Well, of course that gospel is also classified under the reggae because the reggae undertones are there. What's one of your other preferred genre?
Okay, so I do love this. Okay, for the genre itself, like of course R&B is a very good, because I hear people say that it's either hip hop or R&B spin off of reggae, one of them. So it's that music that has that nice bass in it, and that that bass gives you the same feel like the reggae, that nice drum in there. But jazz is one of my top, if I should say, my top priority. I love jazz because jazz tells that beautiful story, and the way that the music is flavored, the twists and turns of the different ambiances in the music. Jazz is my kind of thing. I love it. Even though I'm not saying I'm a jazz singer, but when I hear jazz, it does something to me, and it just makes me want to listen, and it's a beautiful thing.
I love it. So who are the persons who influence this great music that you do? I so want to know who inspired this great music.
Okay, so Marcia Griffith, I love that lady. I love Marcia Griffiths.
Shout out to
I listened
Marcia
her when I was
Griffiths.
growing up, I listened to her music. And you know what? The whole thing, not just her, but just the reggae. Let me tell you something, Empress. You see the reggae music?
It's very powerful.
Reggae, oh gosh, it's like medicine. And if, especially like when I was growing up, you know, on like weekends when you're at home, and because I grew up in the country, you know, when you carry water or when, on your head, or when you go home and you sweep up the yard and wash up the plate, and you hear the sweet reggae music I play. Oh my God, something about the reggae that you don't find it, not even in jazz. Seriously, well, I won't say that because I'm biased because I love. But there is something in the reggae music that holds you in a place where nothing else holds you. Reggae music, especially sweet reggae music, and especially if the lyrics are good. You know, like Bushman, I'm one of my guy and I love Bushman. Bonafire, Bonawika. I just love Bushman.
That's the Bushman they draw for? That's the
Bushman. I love those kind of things. It put me another notch, another rung up the ladder.
Yeah.
And so reggae is my healing. It heals me, and you know, it's just beautiful, man.
I'm gonna jump to one of their track because you draw for that Bushman. I'm going to listen to one of the other tracks and we'll come right back.
Okay.
Real Jamaican style. Say me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They on the ends, I will have made it on the corner. Say they won't deceive me, I will never leave me. They on the ends, I will have made it on the right now me know say me nah have a bag of money, but the little when me have, me give thanks and me spend. Nah go lose me sanity, over no vanity. Now go cost road, now go cost animosity. Rain no fall on one man, no stop alone. Have no umbrella, keep walking, not up on me, not up with them. I tell me no buy, me no shop around. Anything me need, so me daddy have a trailer load. No me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I will have made it on the can. God never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends, I will have made it on the. So me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I will have made it on the can. God will never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends, I will have made it on the. One on young clock, bird no flying on no one wing. Wake up, stop dreaming, life is a real thing. Shoulder to the wheel and make the wheel start turning. Stop skylarking, done with the loafing. While you are praying, try a little hustling. You can sell something, but do not sell the wrong thing. For me, tell me we muckle, if I muckle me we make it. And give that to the most high, even for the little. So me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I hold I made it on the corner. God never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends, I hold I made it on the. So me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I hold I made it on the corner. God will never leave me, no he won't deceive me. They pound the ends, I hold I made it on the. Right now me know say me no have a bag of money, but the little when me have, me give thanks and me spend. Not go lose me sanity, over no vanity. Now go cost grudge, now go cost animosity. No far fun, one man no stop alone. Have no umbrella, keep walking, not up with them a sell. Me no buy, me no shop around. Anything me want, so me daddy have a trailer load. So me not go pop down, no you want me drop down. They pound the ends, I will have made it on the corner. He won't deceive me, I will never leave me. They pound the ends, I will have made it on the.
Listen, the listening audience is loving Dianna Wright, is loving what you bring. You okay? Because and for myself, I am in a hole. I had to draw for the Medi after you decided like you're going to bring out the Bushman. I had to because I had to show persons your versatility, the power of your voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, when you're recording, because you have this powerful voice, you're not close to the mic at all.
If I'm not close to the mic?
You're not close to the mic when you're recording because your voice is already so powerful. Am I correct?
Yeah. My engineer always say, he's back a little Diana, I'm at the thing. He's back a little. So, we have to stay away, you know? It's all, seriously, that's always the thing. You know, they always have to say, stay right here. So this is your marker, stay right here and don't cross it.
Yes, the power in the voice and the power of reggae. I tell persons all the time that this is the number one genre. Not because I'm Jamaican, because I've been in the music business, and I'm telling you, this is the number one genre. I don't give a shit what them chart over there. So tell them, say it is the number one genre.
It is. And that's the reason why they want it, and that's the reason why they capture it. That's the reason why they're doing it. But you know, we don't know.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show. You know. Yeah, we're going to invite you on that show.
Yes.
Right? Because we don't know what we know.
We set our own thing in the Empress. We set our own thing.
Yes.
Because, like, you know, some time ago I went to Ghana, because I went to Ghana, you know. So big up Ghana in the house, and of course all the beautiful listeners, wonderful listeners wherever you hail from. Respect to you. But you know, I went to Ghana and I went on the Black Rasta show. He's a prolific speaker. Man, that man is I don't know. I know.
Yes, I know who Black Rasta is.
I've been interviewed by him. Yeah, man. And you know, I was loved by. I got a warm reception. I was loved by everybody there. So you know, we give thanks for the strength. So you know, so we just want to just put that out there still. Well,
girl, you put out a whole lot today because, you know, you drafted that Bushman. I was like, whoa, okay. All right. But listen, I am going to keep on playing the CD over the weekend. Not just over the weekend. I'm going to include it in my collection because me discover Big God, me discovered so much more tracks. And, you know, there's so much more to you as well. That I am like really loving. When we talk about reggae music and the variations of reggae music and the female that make up this great profession in terms of the musicology and everything else, this is what we're talking about. You know, like on today's show, it's a variety show. There's reggae, there's reggae dancehall, there's cultural reggae, there is a gospel reggae, the R&B reggae. Listen, the one-on-one music review are going in, you know. We're going in. We're going quite at first for yes, sir. We're going in. Listen, we do it. And we don't get enough respect as we should in this business. But reggae music is the thing. Okay?
That's true.
It is.
That's true.
It is the damn thing. And we're going to keep on going.
If I might add, you know, yearly we do a show here in North Carolina. We just kind of like, you know, starting up to see other people vibe it. Last year we did it, and we dub it off of the title track called Real Thing, and it was good, you know, but we're still trying to fail. So actually we did two. One was 2018 and one was 2019. 2019, and then we did last year too. We did this year. So the vibes was good, but I was kind of thinking that we need to, this is something that I'm planning, and maybe, you know, you and I could get together some other time, you know, because I wanted to see more of the female artists, and that was what I'm working on for this year. Maybe I said, maybe I could take it to Jamaica, maybe we could do it in New York, or, you know, maybe we could do it in a Ghana, Africa, or somewhere. That's my mandate. You know, because I think us as the mothers of society, our voice needs to be heard. We're not just here for just carry the children and stay at home and sew clothes and wash them and anything. Women will always be they are the first teachers, and they will be your greatest teacher, no matter what it say. You know, and me love how Rastama when he say him have one beautiful Empress and him big up him Empress, you know.
Yes.
and which is a good example of Haile Selassie and his one queen. You understand? And that's what I love to see when the men love their women and respect their women. But I feel like say we just there for just like a cradle to carry the baby and that's just it and we sit down and be silent. No, women are strong. We're great. Look here, there's some Empress, there's some nice tune. Me have a tune. I need to tell you about it right now, but I forgot to about the interview, but I'll tell you about it's big up the man and woman relationship, it's big up the empowerment of men empower their women and stuff. But nice thing.
Niceness.
So, I work on.
Niceness. Well, let me tell you, it's always a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you come on. It's my first time you come onto my show, but I am so looking forward to you coming back again because listen, you there's a whole vibe today. It's a whole vibe, you know, and it's great to see the variations and the flexibility within the music and the females that are carrying it as well. We have vibrations that was just one and yes. That's what we're talking about. Let's give them music. You want music? We're going to give you music. And we're going to give you authentic music that stand the test of time and you can keep on listening. So I tell all the listeners who are listening, keep sharing the show. And when it finishes, we're going to still keep on sharing it. So if they want reggae, we're going to give them reggae. Okay? All right. Dianna, it's been a pleasure. Right?
Yes.
I appreciate you. I appreciate what it is that you do. Okay. Can you tell our listening audience where they can locate you across the social media platforms?
Okay, so on my Instagram, I am Empress Dianna, and my Dianna is spelled with 2 N's. That is Empress Dianna, Dianna. And then you can also, just follow me there. That will be good. Also on YouTube, it's our company name, 16 Bars. That's 16 BARS Multimedia. That's 16 Bars Multimedia. That's where you'll find us on YouTube. Or if you want to support and purchase our music, you can go to www.16, that's the same 16 BARSMM.com. That's 16 BARSMM.com. That's where you can go to purchase our music. Also, let me throw this in. We are into movie production and we just had a nice little snippet that we put out there called Bullet. So if you do go to the YouTube page, you will see it. So we're also in the multimedia and we're producing good, really good movies. And even though this was just a tiny little bit of it, but great things are coming. So do go and subscribe and give me a like, give me a shout out and let me know that you heard me on Empress Rose's show. And then, we'll take it from there.
Love it. Yes. That's what we're talking about. Yes. Keep the fire burning. Yes. We're going we're going to uphold reggae music to the highest standard because that's what we do. Yes. On that note, it's always a pleasure having you come through. We are going to vibe out with your Medi. After you drop the Bushman, I had to draw for the Medi. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to ride out with Dianna Wright's Medi and we'll be right back. We have dancehall in the house. I encourage you, keep sharing because you would want to hear our next guest, okay? Medi it is.
Right now me no say me nah have a bag of money, but the little when me have, me give thanks and me spend. Now go lose me sanity, over no vanity. Now go cause grudge, now go cause animosity. Rain no fall on one man, no stop alone. Have no umbrella, keep walking, no tap on. Well, them a sell me no buy, me no shop on. Anything me need, so me daddy have a trailer load. No me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down, dip on the ends of all I made it on the can. God never leave me, no he won't deceive me. Dip on the ends of all I made it on the. So me nah go pop down, no you want me drop down, dip on the ends of all I made it on the can. God will never leave me, no he won't deceive me. Dip on the ends of all I made it on the. One on can't clap, bird no flying on no one wing. Wake up, stop dreaming, life is a real thing. Shoulder to the wheel and make the wheel start turning. Stop style locking, done with the loafing. While you are praying a little hustling. You can tell something, but do not sell the wrong thing. If I mickle me we muckle, if I muckle me we mickle. And give thanks to the most high, even for the little. So me nah go back down, no